No Friday is complete without the guys from Overdrive TV in studio. Ciro is here, and of course, they're always entertaining us with their humorous take on the latest cars they've driven, as well as what's hot and what's not. The 2012 Formula One season wraps up this weekend, and this morning we take a look at the sport's most memorable seasons. We'll also find out from Ciro why you just have to watch on Sunday. Good morning, Ciro.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm very good, and
You're
you? Thanks.
alone again.
Yeah, I'm so jealous. Gav got flown up for the Skyfall premiere in
goodness.
Joburg. I know.
Lucky man that he is. But I'm sure he'll inform us all about that a bit later on. But
Yeah.
we're talking about the highlights of the season, right?
Exactly.
The 2012 Formula One season. So what has stood out for you the most this season?
Okay, so as you can imagine, I only really watch sports that involve petrol.
Of course.
So Formula One's been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. And instead of trying to really explain how crazy the season has been, I brought in this awesome clip for you guys, which you just have to see. It's covering the Abu Dhabi race, which happened 2 weeks ago, which was one of the most mental races of the 2012 season.
Okay, wonderful. So instead of just talking about it, I think we do have it. Let's have a look at it. Okay. Okay, so what has stood out for you the most in this season of Formula One?
Okay, so one of my highlights has got to be the return of Kimi Räikkönen to the sport, right?
Yes.
Now, he is this crazy Finn. He's famous for not being too chatty, hates the media, hates giving interviews. And actually, during that Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, his race engineer came over the radio. He was winning and started chatting to him, and Kimi Räikkönen just said to him, "Leave me alone, I know what I'm doing." So that's become absolutely famous across the Formula One world. And to show that he has a sense of humor, he had 500 shirts that just said "Leave me alone" on the front printed, and he gave them to his crew for their friends and family. So he's been a highlight. He's finished every single lap this season. He's running third in the championship. He doesn't have a chance of winning it on Sunday, but it just shows you, like, he's come back. He's one of the most displays the most incredible professionalism in every single lap, and that's where he is, third in the championship on his first season back.
Wonderful. And then, of course, Sebastian Vettel and Fernando Alonso also making quite an impression as well, hey?
Now, they are both fighting for their third title, and this is why I'm here to tell everybody who watches Expresso to watch the final race on Sunday at Interlagos in Brazil, because both Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel are fighting out for the championship in the last race of the season. So the suspense is going to be incredible. Sebastian Vettel leads by 13 points, so if you bear with me, I'll give you a bit of maths. Vettel has to finish lower than fourth if Alonso wins for Alonso to win the title. So basically, when you're watching, you're going to have to keep an eye on where they are on the grid. If Vettel doesn't finish at all and Alonso comes first, second or third, he's got the title. So it's going to be an incredibly tense race.
It's going to be a nail-biter, hey? Okay, but let's talk about the soap opera that Formula One can be, because I don't think Formula One is Formula One without a little bit of drama.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I mean, Formula One is basically a soap opera with more money and better-looking people.
I agree.
And Lewis Hamilton, after being with McLaren since he was 13 years old, decided to move over to Mercedes GP. It's a huge move for him. Since he announced the move, Mercedes haven't won a single point. So there's got to be somewhere in the back of Lewis's head going, "Oh my goodness, have I made the right choice here?" Because his McLaren at the Circuit of Americas last week was the only car on the grid that could keep up with the Red Bulls. The Red Bulls have been charging ahead since the Asian races, where Sebastian Vettel actually won 4 out of 4 races. Adds 100 points to his tally, and all of a sudden he's ahead of Fernando Alonso. It's been the most variable season. We've had 6 world champions on the grid. The first 7 races were won by 7 different people. It's been unbelievable. There's nothing like it in the sports history.
It's been awesome. Okay, so come Sunday, the big race happening in Brazil. Where are you going to be watching it?
Okay, so I know a lot of people can't watch Formula One at home, but you know what? It's not a bad thing, because everywhere in South Africa, you'll get pubs and eateries and restaurants which will throw like race days. There's one here that I go to. It's brilliant. They've got 3 big screens going and live timing, and the sound's really loud so no one can talk to you and distract you. And so if you find a place like that, that's what I recommend if you can't watch it at home. But practice 1 is actually today. It's at 2 o'clock. Practice 2 is also today at 6 o'clock. Qualifying will be on Saturday at 6 p.m. in the evening as well, and the race itself on Sunday at 6 p.m. in the evening. evening.
Wonderful stuff. Well, there you go. Your weekend is absolutely packed. The big race happening in Brazil. You can watch it on Sunday. You know what Ciro is going to be. Go and follow him. Go and have a drink with him. You can also catch him on his Twitter. That's at Overdrive TV,
Correct,
right?
yeah. Thanks.
Wonderful stuff. Ewan, where are you going to be watching it, dude? Huh?
With a range of quality products guaranteed nationally, you will always find there's so much more to Midas.